What if the secret to ultimate happiness wasn't finding love, but rejecting it entirely? Imagine a woman, her heart shattered into 1,000 pieces, standing before Jesus and making the most audacious request ever uttered. Lord, I want to be happy, without ever loving anyone again. This is the story of Alara, a woman who sought joy in emptiness, only to discover a truth that would shatter her reality. What do you think Jesus' response would be? Tell me your first thought in the comments below. Alara's world had once been a vibrant tapestry of affection and laughter. She had loved with the fierce intensity of a summer sun, giving her whole heart to a man she believed was her destiny. But that sun had set, leaving her in a chilling, permanent twilight of betrayal. The pain was a physical entity, a constant weight on her chest, a bitter taste in her mouth. Every memory of love was now a thorn. Every thought of happiness, a cruel joke. She saw happy couples on the street and felt a wave of nausea. Love, she concluded, was a lie. A beautiful, venomous lie designed to break the strongest of souls. So one desolate evening, with tears carving paths down her dust-streaked cheeks, she sought refuge in an old, quiet chapel. The silence inside was as profound as the emptiness in her soul. She fell to her knees before a simple wooden cross, the image of Christ's suffering mirroring her own. But her prayer was not one of hope or for a new love. It was a renunciation. Jesus, she whispered, her voice raw and broken. I've seen what love does. It destroys. It hollows you out until there's nothing left. I can't do it again. I won't. So I ask you, I beg you, grant me happiness, but seal my heart. Let me feel joy without the risk of love. Let me live a full life alone. In the heavy silence that followed, a profound peace began to settle over her, a warmth that started in her core and spread through her weary limbs. It wasn't an audible voice, but a feeling, a deep, resonant understanding that flowed directly into her spirit. The sense was clear. Your request is heard. Alara left the chapel that night, feeling lighter than she had in years. The crushing weight was gone, replaced by a strange and serene calm. She believed her prayer had been answered. The days that followed were a revelation. Alara threw herself into her work as a potter. Her hands, once trembling with grief, were now steady and sure, shaping clay with newfound passion. Her creations were beautiful, sought after by many. She found joy in the rising sun, in the taste of fresh bread, in the melody of a distant songbird. She traveled, saw mountains that touched the sky, and oceans that stretched into infinity. She laughed with acquaintances, shared pleasant meals, and enjoyed the simple pleasures of a solitary life. She was content. She was, by all measures, happy. But as seasons turned, a peculiar hollowness began to creep in at the edges of her joy. It was a subtle thing, a whisper in the quiet moments. She'd watch a mother tenderly soothe a crying child and feel a distant, unidentifiable ache. She'd see an old man help his wife with her coat, their movements a silent dance of decades-long affection, and a strange melancholy would cloud her serene sky. Her happiness, once a solid fortress, now felt like a beautiful, fragile glass house. It was perfect and pristine, but she was utterly alone inside, unable to truly connect, unable to feel the warmth of another soul. This story is about to take a turn you won't expect, revealing the true nature of the happiness she was granted. If you're finding this journey as powerful as I am, take a quick second to subscribe. You won't want to miss the profound revelations that are coming, and by subscribing, you ensure you're always part of these life-changing stories. The ache grew. Her joy, which she had so desperately craved, began to feel thin, like a beautiful but flavorless fruit. One day, a young apprentice, a girl named Lyra with bright, curious eyes, accidentally knocked over and shattered one of Alara's most prized vases. Tears welled in Lyra's eyes, her body shaking with fear and remorse. Alara, to her own surprise, felt nothing. No anger, no disappointment, but also no compassion. She saw the girl's distress as a simple fact, a problem to be cleaned up. She calmly swept up the pieces and dismissed the trembling apprentice. It was in that moment, seeing the fear and isolation in Lyra's eyes, that Alara's own isolation became terrifyingly clear. Her heart, which she had asked to be sealed, was not just protected from pain. It was sealed from everything. It was a stone. Horrified, she realized the truth of her bargain. She had asked for happiness without love, and she had received it. But it was a sterile, isolated happiness, a joy without depth, a peace without connection. It was the happiness of a star, brilliant and beautiful from afar, but burning alone in the cold, vast emptiness of space. She had a life full of pleasant moments, but she was a ghost in her own existence, unable to truly touch or be touched by anyone. The pain of her past heartbreak was agonizing, but this numbness was a living death. With a desperation far exceeding her initial grief, she fled back to the same chapel, her heart pounding with a new kind of terror. She fell before the cross once more, but this time her tears were not of sorrow, but of desperate longing. "Lord, I was wrong," she cried out, her voice echoing in the empty hall. "So wrong. I asked for joy without love, because I was afraid of the pain. But this this sterile peace is a prison. This happiness is a torment. I don't want to be a stone. I would rather have my heart broken 1,000 times over than to never feel again. Please, Lord, I don't ask for happiness anymore. I ask for a heart that can love, even if it means it will hurt. Please, give me back the capacity to love." An overwhelming wave of emotion washed over her, so powerful it buckled her knees. It was the pain she had run from, the grief she had bottled up, but this time it was different. Woven through it was a thread of pure, unconditional love, a warmth that wasn't just calming, but *alive*. It was a love that didn't erase her scars, but held her through them. In that moment, she understood. Jesus hadn't just granted her wish and left her to it. He had walked with her through her self-imposed exile, waiting for her to realize that true happiness wasn't found in avoiding pain, but in finding a love strong enough to walk through it with you. His love wasn't a magic spell to prevent heartbreak. It was the unbreakable hand that would hold hers through it. It was the safe harbor where her heart could heal, not by being sealed away, but by being known and loved completely, scars and all. Happiness wasn't a destination to be reached. It was the constant, abiding presence of him. He was the happiness she was looking for. Alara left the chapel a different woman. The world looked the same, but her heart was reborn. The next day, she found Lyra, the young apprentice, and for the first time, she truly saw her. She saw her fear, her desire to do well, her youthful hope. Alara pulled her into a hug, and as the girl wept with relief, Alara felt a real, profound connection, a warmth that her sterile happiness could never replicate. It was a joy mixed with empathy, a beautiful, messy, human feeling. She began to love again, not recklessly, but with a new wisdom. She loved her neighbors, her friends, and the community around her, knowing that the source of her strength wasn't in avoiding pain, but in abiding in a love that was greater than any pain. Alara's story shows us that the deepest desire of our heart isn't just to be happy, but to love and be loved. We were created for connection. If you've ever tried to build walls around your heart to protect it, know that you are not alone. But also know there is a love that can tear down those walls and heal what is broken inside. If this story has touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel and press the like button. It tells us that these messages of hope are resonating with you, and it helps us reach more people who might be feeling lost in the dark, just like Alara was. Share this video with someone who you think needs to hear that they are not meant to live with a heart of stone. Every subscription, every like, every share helps spread this light. And don't go anywhere, because the video that is appearing on your screen right now is the story of a man who asked God for riches and was given something that made him the wealthiest person on earth. And it wasn't gold or silver. You think you know how it ends, but the answer will truly shock you. Click on it now, and let's continue this journey together.